In today's session, let's see how to use groupBy operator, OrderBy operator, and Pluck operator in Mule 4. So, using DataWeave version 2, as an example, I'm having a list of employees where I have three employees in the list: employee 1, 2, and 3 with ID 001, 2, and 3. I have three employees in the list, but each employee information can be updated multiple times. First time they have the basic information, and the second time they might have updated the mobile number, and third time they might have updated the mail ID or something. So each employee can have multiple updated information. So it's same with employee 3 and 2. So, in this example, what we are doing is we already have a list of employee information with multiple updated versions scattered here and there. So we have to group the employee information based on the employee ID so that we will have all the employee information related to employee 1 at one place, and similarly for 2 and 3. Once we group them based on the employee ID, we can use order by operator to sort the information based on the updated version so that it will be in sorted order, first, second, and third, so that it will be easy for us to get the most recent information of an employee. The same we can do for employee 2 and 3. In If we take employee 1 as an example, we have updated the information three times, right? But first time and second time information we don't need, because the last updated information will have the most recent employee information, so we will have to pick only the last updated information. Same with employee 2. In For employee 1, we have to get the information updated third time, and here the second time, and for employee 3 second time. So at the end, we will use Pluck operator to pick the employee information that we need, that we will see in the demo. We are using interactive playground uh, uh, to use all these operator and for the demo. And I already have a JSON example. If you see, I have employees list already. I have explained about this information. I have list of employees. I only have three employees, but here you can see seven entries, right? That because each employee might have updated multiple times, and we can have a same employee with different updated version. If you see here, employee 3 is already here, employee 3 is again repeated. But if you see, updated version is different updated. This is first time updated, this is second time, right? Same with all the employees. If you expand them, and you can see one is repeated three times because it's updated three times, and employee ID 2 is present two times, and updated version 1 and 2. So let's use the same JSON here. Let's paste it. Now you can see the employees, right? But our first step is to group employee by employee ID, right? We have to group the employees. Now I have the array of employees, right? You can see the array of employees, all the repeated information you can see. So now we have to group. We have two options. We can group by index or some specific condition. So if you group all the employees under index, let's see what happens. Index, we have seven information, right? Index is basically works naturally. Array items inside an array will have the indexes, right? First will be 0, 1, 2, 3, so on. So we can see the same here. The employee information is grouped under the index 0, index 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, because we have totally seven employees information, right? We can see the same here. Those are grouped based on the indexes, but we don't want based on index, right? If you uh, let's see how group by works. Here you can group based on, if you want to group all the employees inside test, all the employees comes under test string. You can use string here, you can use number. If you use number here, all the employee informations are grouped under one, right? Based on the criteria you give here, the information will be grouped under that. uh, Here let's take one array: 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. In, if you use group by index, you can see these each values are grouped under that particular index, because 3 is at present at index 0, right? So that's why it's under index 0. If you use some string, all the array informations are grouped under this string. If you use group under 1, it will be grouped under 1. You cannot give any object here. If you give item, it works because it's a number again. It's a number, right? It's not an object. If you have something a, or if you have some object here, it won't work. You can try that. Okay, now index proper, item proper. Next, if you can give some expression. If you give true, everything comes under true, right? You can give expression also. Take some item and check if the items are greater than 2. The items which are returning true for these expressions are under true. All the items which are greater than 2 are under true, and remaining items are under false. This way you can group the items of an array. You can group based on some string, based on some condition, based on number, or based on the criteria you want. In this particular case, we want to group the employees based on the employee ID, right? Here also you can take item dot age greater than 55. You can see here, whoever is greater than 55, they are under true. Whoever is failed to match the condition, they are under false. Like way. But in this case, we want to group based on the employee ID. Now we are grouping the employees based on employee ID. Right, now you can see these two times we have updated employee 3. So there are two items. It's an array. For 0, 1, it's an array. 3 times it's updated. And for item 2, it's 2 times updated for employee 2. Here you can see version 1, 3, and 2. These are not in sorted order, right? Updated version. Now we have grouped. That's the first step here. We have to group the employees by employee ID. Now we have this information. This we have, right? What is our next step? We have to get the most recently updated employee information. In this case, second time updated information is the most recently updated information. So we have to only get this one from this array. So now the next step is we have to take this value. This is a key. This is a value. In this value, we have to sort these values and get the most recent information. So now we'll have to map the object. We are not getting map option, right? Because map is like for loop. This is not an array. You can see, right? This is not an array. This is an object. This is an array, right? This is not an array. This is an object. It's a key. It's a value. Again, there is one more key, one more value. Key, one more value. This is an array, but this payload is not an array. So we have to use the map object. Then values there, key is there, index there, right? Let's see how key works. If you use key, then value you have to put inside parentheses. You can see the key here, value here. That's all. While mapping, you can see what is exactly the meaning of value. Value is just this much. Key is whatever is there as a employee ID left side. This is key. Same with other two employees. We are getting key. We are getting value. Value is basically an array. Now what we have to do? We have to sort this array so that the information will be in sorted order based on the updated version. How sorting? For sorting we can use order by. Let's see how to sort. If you use order by, and you can use item, you can see all the items are sorted, right? Items are sorted. If you use index, there is nothing to sort because index is from 0 to 1, 0 to 7 or 8. It's already sorted. It just returns you as it is. If you want to sort based on item, you can give. If you give the dollar something like this, it's like key. You are referring to key. Key means it's a index. It returns as it is. If you give uh, with the dollar symbol, then again that indirectly refers as item only. So now it's a sorting. For easy understanding, let's use item and index. It will be easy to understand. Item and index. Now the array is getting sorted based on the values inside the array. We have got the sorted values. Now let's do the same with this value. This is key, right? And this is value. Now we have to sort this. For sorting, we will use order by. Order by. Index we don't need. Item we have to get, and then we have to sort based on the updated version. Now it's sorted. One is first, updated two. We are sorting because once we sort, the latest information will be at the end so that it will be easy for us to pick, right? Now here you can see updated 1, 2 and 3. 3 is the latest employee information for employee 1. Similarly, the same thing applies to the employee 2 also. It's sorted and this is the latest employee information. Now it's the value is already sorted. We haven't sorted array. Now the next step is to we have to get this information. You can get we know, right, inside an array by default there will be an index 0. This is 1. This is 0, 1 and 2. You can get here it's at index 2, right? So let's take index 2 with the argument. Okay, it should be an array. So we have to wrap this inside parentheses. So it will return an array. From array, we are taking the second index. For employee 3 and 2, we have the version 2 related information, but still they are returning null because they only have two items in the array. This has only two items. This has three items, so it returning the last uh, indexed information. If you give 1, it returns you. But here it returning the wrong value, right? uh, employee 1 has been updated 3 times. It should have been returned updated version information 3, but here it is 2. So rather giving the information with indexes hard coded information, there is a way to get the last item from every array. If you use -1, it will always return the item from the last index. In this example also, if you give 1, it's returning. Okay, it's sorting, right? Let's not sort it. We'll just, okay, let's take 0th index. It's 5. 1, so on. If you give -1, it will always return the last element from the array. If you use 9, it will return 9, 10, 40, 170. It will always, -1 will always return the last item from the array. So here also it's doing the same. We have sorted. You can see it's sorted. Now we want the last item in an array. This is the last item. So we have to use -1. Now you're getting the last item. We have got the information as expected. We have employee 3 with the latest information, 1 with the latest information, and 2 with the latest information. Now we don't want the final object in this format. So we want only the values together in an array. So for that we will use Pluck operator and pick the value. We have done the above two steps, right? We have grouped the item by employee ID, then we sorted and we have picked the last updated version. Now we are here and now we have to use Pluck operator. By default, it is supporting three value parameters: value, key, index. In case if you want index, what is it returning? 3, 0, 1, 2. Because it only has 3 items, right? If you remove, only has 3 items: 1, 2, 3. So it's returning. If you try to pick only the key is basically the employee ID which we had left side. This is a key, this is a value, this is key, this is value. If you say this is index 0, index 1, index 2. So now we have to pick the values in an array. Now we are getting all the values together in an array. Employee 3 has the latest information, 1 latest and 2 latest. Yeah, this is how we can get the employee most recent employee information. Again, this is not sorted again, right? Employee 1 is here, 2 is here, 3 is at the top. What if you want the sorted employee information, and the employees should be sorted based on the employee ID? Again, for sorting we use order by, right? You can use item dot employee ID. Yeah, now you can see employee ID 1 here, 2 here, 3 here. Employee 1 updated 3 times, has the latest information, 2 times latest, and 3 also has the latest information. Yeah, this is how we can group the employees. This is kind of real time example. You can use the same based on your requirement. You can group based on some criteria. This is for grouping. Group by employee ID. Then we have got the object, so we have to map the object. And here you have to sort the value array. We are sorting based on the updated version. From the sorted array, we have to get the last uh, indexed information. And after getting the objects again, we have to pick the value as an array. And after getting, we have a sorting based on the employee ID. This is, yeah, we have completed and we have learned how to use these three operators. You can use this pluck operator and you can pick whatever you want. You can pick value. Now we are picking only value. You can pick key. If you pick key, we can also. If you pick key, this is there, right? You can again order by item. Item is already a number, right? It can easily get sorted. Now we are getting the sorted. Without sorting, it was like this. And once you sort, you're getting the sorted array. The same we did for the values. Here we have key. In that place, we had values because we wanted the employee information, not just the keys. Yeah. So that's all as of now. Yeah. If you have any comments or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. And